Hey friends, welcome back to Evolve or Die. First, I just want to apologize for not giving you guys an update about where we were with ASHFORD Hospitality. That was my last video. If you guys happen to see that, that was my pick for last week. And basically we kind of talked about how we were gonna see a spike in the prices because of the conference that they were presenting at. The CEO did also appear on CNBC. And basically they kind of just went over like what we talked about, deleveraging of debt, the plan for reopening as economic recovery starts after COVID. So we were up about 20% for the week on AHT, and like we talked about, we have seen the pullback, but we were ready for this. We were ready for the pullback because it's natural. Like the market is cyclical, and we were up about 20% from the week before last, and this week we are seeing that slight pullback, and we are currently sitting at, remember I was telling you guys there was going to be a run up to around the 7 ranges, and you guys can check out the last video for more information about ASHFORD Hospitality Trust if you are just tuning into the channel, if this is your first time watching it. Yeah, so it's ticker symbol AHT. And today we are about 10% down on the week. So we did see the pullback from that resistance of around the 680 range, 7. It kind of had some resistance there around the 7 ranges. And we are seeing the pullback to 550s. And I did, like I said, re-enter at this point. I told you guys I was going to be selling off after they presented at the conference, and took about 20% profit for the week. And now I've re-entered. So I've re-entered the position at a cost average of about 555. And I'm expecting this to be a long-term hold, at least through the rest of the year. I do see by the middle of next year, I do see ASHFORD Hospitality easily doubling. Remember, this is a stock that was previously trading around the $40 to $60 ranges between 2017 and 2018. And they did accumulate a lot of debt during that time, which has scared off a lot of investors. And they have also diminished their workforce, like their employees, by 95%. So that has spooked a few people. You know, there was a massive sell-off after the CEO's appearance on CNBC presenting the exact debt numbers that they were looking at, and you know, their plans to help all of the employees that they laid off like re-enter their workforce if they so choose. But yeah, so there's a lot of things going on last week. We did have the Consumer Price Index report released, and the Consumer Price Index is simply, it's a measure of a very specific aspect of the economy. So basically it's just the measure of average change over time of the prices that you're paying for your consumer items, you know, groceries, food, energy, water. So those consumer items that are necessities that we all pay for, and this is the Consumer Price Index is essentially a measure of all of those prices and how the prices have changed over time, like the average cost for consumers. So the major categories, food, energy, and there's a category that doesn't fall into food or energy. That's going to be, you know, your water and just other general necessities like work expenses, tolls. So we have seen in the past year, food has increased about 2% over the past year, from about this time in 2020 last year. We have energy up about 30%. That is wild. That's a crazy high number. Like food has gone up 2%, energy costs have gone up almost 30%. So when your providers, just FYI, when your providers are telling you that something in your energy consumption habits have changed. They probably haven't. It's not that, you know, you've had the AC on too much or what have you. It's that the actual literal cost of energy is increasing. So yeah, it's not that your consumption has increased or decreased or changed even. It's that the prices of energy have gone up dramatically. So the CPI report did put a little bit of fear. Of course, there's many expectations for inflation in the upcoming months and years, even though the Fed, Jerome Powell, keeps reiterating that I guess we shouldn't be concerned about inflation. You should always be concerned about inflation when you're an investor. But anyways, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes only, but we had a lot of things going on last week. The CPI report was released, and, you know, ASHFORD Trust did present at the conference as planned. We had quite a few things going on last week, and yeah, I'm gonna try to be more consistent with posting my videos for you guys. I've had a lot of schoolwork to do this past week. I am still a student, so I do apologize. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with my uploads for you guys, and I think my next video, I will include the stock pick for the week, but I'm also going to get an introductory video out there for helping you guys decide what crypto exchanges would be best for you. And I'm also working on getting some screen sharing equipment, so I'm downloading some software so I can show you guys the data that I'm looking at real time, and you don't have to look at me. So I'm working on getting some screen sharing software. If you guys know of any good products or good software, I have a Mac, so if you know of any screen sharing, I know Zoom, I can share my screen and record it, but if you guys have any other suggestions that are Mac compatible, you can drop that in the comments below. It would be greatly appreciated. And remember, we are gonna have a book of the week every single week. I do try to keep myself very literate to a lot of different degrees, but the book for the week is called Gates, about Bill Gates, and it was written basically about how he was a titan of industry and entered a really niche market and completely dominated it, and turned it into like one of the greatest empires the world has ever seen, Microsoft. Yeah, it's an incredible read. I'm not done with it yet, but I love the insight that I've gotten from the book so far. And last week, the read of the week was Peter Thiel's 0 to 1. So that was really, really an amazing book. It really changed my perspective and like outlook on a lot of things. And he just has such a very interesting world philosophy. Peter Thiel, really interesting guy. He's the founder of Palantir. Again, I have a video about Palantir coming for you guys. That's one of my highest conviction, like long-term plays. I do think Palantir has the potential and means and reach and resources to be $1 trillion company. So I am going to have an entire video for you guys on Palantir and the nature of the company and the software that they're capable of creating and utilizing. But yeah, anyway, sorry, went off on a little tangent there, but 0 to 1, Peter Thiel, that's a great book. And Gates, this is an amazing book. This is written by Stephen Maines and Paul Andrews. And if you are an entrepreneurial venture capitalist, it's a great read. So I do recommend. And thanks for tuning in, you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna have our next pick for the week up in the next few days. I'm trying to get more consistent. I am still a student, so it's a little hard to juggle my time, but hit that subscribe button and the like button to get updated when I do post. So if you found the content helpful, remember this is not financial advice, and I do always encourage doing your own research and your own due diligence.